Greetings, folks. Welcome to another Brony Debates Live. I am here tonight with the always gorgeous Princess Heather Blossom. How are you doing tonight, Heather?
Doing pretty good.
Awesome. And we got DJ joining us tonight as well. How you doing, DJ?
Doing all right. Having dinner, watching anime, getting over yesterday's Dragon Ball hype.
Okay, so I missed something here. What anime are you watching, and what's the Dragon Ball hype?
An old form just became canon in Dragon Ball yesterday, and I was currently watching the new The Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world.
Okay. That sounds
It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a Power Ranger that's been isekai'd.
Well then, I hate that. I hate that very concept. I hate everything about that. And so what Dragon Ball form became canon? Was it 4?
Yes.
Alrighty then. So just give me a little background on that, because I watched GT back in the day. Thought it was really weird. But so how did Super Saiyan 4 become canon, and what's the deal with it?
I'll try not to spoil it too much because it's literally a new show. It's Dragon Ball Daima, Toriyama's last project before his death. All the characters are now kids now, except for instead of just Goku.
Oh, I did hear about that, and that's really stupid.
It's so far been pretty fun. I just got caught up yesterday in time for the thing, and I think we've only got a handful of episodes left. It's a fairly short series, unfortunately.
Okay, so let me ask this then: what makes Daima more canon than GT?
Toriyama made it.
Okay, so does that mean
Toriyama didn't make GT? That was Toei.
Oh, okay.
Toriyama actually wrote this story.
Okay, that'll probably explain why it's so wacky.
Yeah, it's pretty wacky, but it's a lot of fun too. And at least in the dub, they brought back the original Kid Goku voice actors, so that's been a lot of fun.
Oh, cool. Well, didn't one of the original Kid Goku voice actors pass away a while ago?
Not that I know of.
Huh. Not sure then. Alrighty then. Well, we can get started. I see Nathan and Shatira in the chat saying hello. So hello guys, how are you doing? I hope well. And we're gonna tackle some Reddit here, basically where we left off the last time we tackled Reddit, and had to stop before we got through the whole list. But before we do that, we gotta thank everybody who supports the channel on Patreon, especially on the $10 and up tier, such as Heather, who is with us, and DJ, who's with us. There's also Shady, Autoknight, Emerald, Senko, Rain, Billy, Alden, Kanto, Mr. Sonic, Alicia, StarChaser, VentureCorp, Willyzin, Icanus, Vulpecula, Jimmy, J Yoshi, Raptor's Talon, Avenicus, and Dark Malcontent. So check out all those links in the description, and see what you can get in return for your support of the channel. We're still trying to make us go full time with this. Now then, where is our... I accidentally paused the stream for a second. That was my bad. So
you'll need to share it with us in the Discord too.
Yep, I do need to do that. Let me go over here to the call. I forget to do that every single week, and you would think I'd learn. Now then. So, our first topic of the day is who wore it better? And we've got the Twilight. What do we call this? This isn't a bob cut, is it?
No, it's too long to be a bob. It's like some people would call this set of bangs Egyptian because they're straight. They remind people of Cleopatra. I would call hers the Cleopatra. I used to have a character with I played Saints Row 3, and when I picked a hairstyle that looks a lot like Twilight's, they called it the Egyptian.
Oh, okay. So let's see here. We've got Starlight, we've got Moon Dancer, we've got Rainbow Dash, we've got Princess Cadence. Is that Rarity?
Yeah, that was from Sonic Rainboom, dude.
Oh, okay.
What happened to Raven?
Didn't Raven always look like that?
No.
Interesting.
Raven's
I
usually got
got
her hair up, I think.
Yeah, like a bun.
So I would say Moon Dancer.
I would say so too. I actually really like I would not think purple and red really go together that well, but she pulls it. She pulls it pretty good.
Did they not just I feel like they did something. I feel like Moon Dancer is like an inverted color palette to Twilight, but that's probably not right.
I don't know how to determine that, but
Well, I'd have to
it's an
open
interesting
Photoshop.
thought.
I'd have to open Photoshop.
It's kind of creepy how much Starlight looks like Twilight with that mane.
They're both purple.
It's creepy.
Like
Just remember that she has the wrong eyelashes.
I know Ember was being racist in Triple Threat, but I get it.
You all look the same. You don't just tell like people of a different culture that you think they all look the same, dude. You just don't say that.
So what do you think, DJ? Who wore it the best?
I kind of got to give it to either Moondancer or Dash. I will say the worst. It's got to be Raven. She's creeping me out.
Really?
She's a little too happy to have it. I think Cadence got cheated in this one. Cadence got super cheated in this one because it was really just like a main swap. She didn't like properly style her hair. They didn't properly style her hair to look like Twilight's.
Well, yeah, it literally was just a main swap. Like Discord just kind of ripped it off one and put it on the other. Let's see here. Oh, hang on a second. I'm juggling tasks now, and we all know what happens when I try to juggle tasks. But we're gonna get that real quick. I'm gonna open it. Getting Photoshop open. And
oh shit.
Gotta head over to OBS now. What are you doing, Heather?
Oh yeah, I forgot I don't have noise canceling anymore. You guys can hear everything I do now. I was just getting my nail clippers.
Oh,
I thought you were eating chips.
I wish I was eating some. We do need some chips. I got dip I gotta use.
Let's see here. I'm gonna have to add a source. Window capture.
Yeah, my fucking microphone situation isn't good. Like for some reason, my the voice meter I use to like kind of filter my microphone wasn't working, so we had to just take the input directly from my microphone, and now you'll hear everything I do over there. Kitty, meow or something. Achilles? He turned an ear toward me, but he's not acknowledging me right now. He's taking a nappy. Taking a little nappy.
Let's see here. Where is Photoshop? Is that it? If I close the browser window? Nope, that's not it, gosh darn it. Why isn't this working? This is why I don't try to engineer live most of the time.
It's fun, though. You should let us all look.
Character profile. It should be working, but it's not. All right, I'm giving up on that. I'm giving up on that. So
for now.
Yeah. I know it's embarrassing.
Don't be embarrassed.
Try to do something fun and it doesn't work because I'm computer illiterate. Let's head back over to OBS. Hopefully there wasn't any identifiable information on that screen that I accidentally shared. So
I didn't see it.
Well, no, because you're looking at at Chrome. And so let's see the chat. What do you guys think? Who wore it better? Nathan, I don't know. What do you mean about my Discord server? Because the link is in there and it works. Maria Chavez says, okay, Ember. Rusty says the glasses help with Moon Dancer. If that were true, you'd think it'd be okay with Raven too, but it doesn't seem to be working.
Raven just looks like she's possessed.
Yeah. Harriman says Rainbow Dash wore it the best.
I mean, I think it's because she has the bangs, but she still has her regular hair for the rest of the long part of the mane, so it's kind of become her own thing. It is cute, but
yeah. What did she try to call herself when she got Twilight's hairdo?
I don't think this is like that Wonderbolt episode. I think this is the episode where they went to Griffinstone and she was imitating her. But I do remember she did that. I don't remember what her name was.
Yeah, that's totally a train background. So this guy says Moon Dancer, runner-up being Rarity.
I don't know. I don't dig it because her mane just wasn't meant to like have the color patterning. Because what also makes this hair work isn't like it's like not monochromatic. It's mostly the same color, but there's streaks of different shades in it. And her hair like didn't lend itself very well to this.
You can see where they the streak where it was supposed to be, and they didn't match it. They just
like the texture just looks weird.
They put the gradient there, and why did you? That's why I didn't recognize it. I pretty much blotted out Double Rainboom from my memory.
Yeah, Double Rainboom was not the best, but I mean it was pretty good for something fans put together. But gosh, did it get overhyped?
Yeah. Starlight, obviously. What are you talking about? That's Twilight.
She's more of a sparkle, and I'm more of a glimmer.
What's the difference?
Let's see here. Moving on. How strong do you think Rarity is at Magic? Oh, we got an essay going on here. Who wants to read the essay, or should I read it?
I'll read it. It's about my girl. All
right, let's hear Princess Heather Blossom fangasm over the worst pony. Go for it.
Okay. I've always been low-key curious about this. I mean, we've seen plenty of unicorns over the seasons, but a lot of the times the unicorn characters who get any real attention have being powerful as one of their hallmarks of their character. Twilight, Starlight, Sunset, Starspearl, Shining, even Trixie. You got a point there. All of those ponies make doing magic a big part of who they are. As such, I feel we never got a good grasp of what a standard level of magic is.
Hold on, did this punk just say Trixie?
Trixie does do a lot of stuff. Like, it's mostly just for show, but she does, like, pop fireworks out of her fucking head. It's kind of impressive.
She literally calls herself the great and powerful Trixie.
Like, this guy's not wrong so far. I think some people forget that Rarity's special talent is also technically magic. She got her cutie mark for her gem-finding spell, after all. We've seen her do what I feel is at least mildly impressive acts. She can manipulate several objects at once, mend, repair things, transform things from one thing to another, make shields, fire magical blasts, etc. She's very precise in her use of magic, and she apparently can teleport items like her dresses and fainting couch. Yeah, we've seen that. I forgot. Yeah, she can kind of do that. She's never teleported herself, which has often been used as a powerful unicorn standard, but to be honest, maybe teleportation is something you have to learn, because we've seen very few ponies achieve it. I assume Rarity and all unicorns would be able to do more if she studied. Anyway, what do you think? Is Rarity meant to be the sort of standard level unicorn to compare against Twilight, or do you think she's probably above average in the Fem world? So I have thoughts. I'm not going to say she's just as powerful as Twilight and stuff. She didn't major in magic power. She definitely knows how to push it when she needs to. May I bring you to the clip where she fucking hurled a rock at the three villains when they tried to suck away at Twilight's magic? So she can definitely hold her own, but I'd say she more like put her skill points into dexterity as opposed to overall strength of it, you know?
Yeah, I can I'll add to that as well, in that I would definitely call Rarity stronger than average because of all the crazy things we do. Now, going all the way back to Season 1, Spike very explicitly said most unicorns have a little bit of magic. So we can expect them to have some, and it usually relates to whatever their cutie mark is or whatever their talent is. So we can expect all unicorns really to have levitation or some kind of connection to whatever their talent is, and be able to do some magic in that. But yeah, Rarity has has been able to use her magical skills very versatile, with a lot of versatility is how I should structure that sentence. So I would say she's stronger than average, but yeah, definitely not like Twilight levels. Cosmin Spirit says is pointing out the cat meowing in the background.
Yeah, you can hear that now. What is it, Zeus? He's shut up now.
Rusty says Trixie is a dropout from the Celestia School for Gifted Unicorns. Just getting in isn't anything to scoff at.
Is that canonical fact?
I actually don't remember.
Like, I definitely see people like take up that in fan fictions and stuff, that was a potential thing for her, but I've never seen it canonically, like in anything or like in a book or in any like additional material. As far as I know, like, I know it was confirmed that one magician in Las Pegasus from the Golden Horseshoe Club was her father, because like there was no denying it, looked exactly like him.
But says on the wiki, according to Lauren Faust on Twitter, Trixie also attended Celestia School for Gifted Unicorns.
I guess if we're taking that as canon, I mean, creator words.
She probably blew something up. You know,
I would assume that happens all the time.
Yeah, but like not in a way that's supposed to. And then, you know, Trixie being Trixie doesn't ever own any of her mistakes.
Remember when she teleported a whole fucking table?
Yeah.
Teacup
magic table.
She is just so frustrating to be around.
The fact that the spa was just kind of cool with it. They were just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Happens all the time.
It's Ponyville.
You're like, yeah, just another fucking day.
I do.
Late series Ponyville. They're used to this crap by now.
I would love a prequel series, just showing, and it could be absolutely nothing, just a slice of life, 6 to 12 episodes of Ponyville in the years or months before Twilight moved there, because it was really Twilight moved there, and everything
immediately shit got rocked.
Yeah. It was so...
You know, I bet life changed exponentially after Pinkie Pie moved in, too.
Yeah, that, too. I'd love to see that show. So, DJ, what do you think about this?
I would definitely say Rarity's a bit above average. She's more of perfection over time, where mainly most of her magic is just levitation. Which to her is everyday use to the point where it's just become easy.
Yeah, and she's definitely got the brain.
Like you brought up earlier, the rock at the end of the series, to protect them. She had to strain to do that.
Yeah, but she was still able to do it. I'm not saying there's not. She could do it,
but really, she couldn't do a whole lot more after that.
And she was like, remember in Return of Harmony when she had to drag Tom all over the place? Heather, we can hear that grinding.
Sorry, I'll just leave that alone for now, actually. I'm used to being able to do my nails during these speakings, but I can't now because y'all can hear me.
Yeah. So
she's never been giving it her full attention.
So, as I was saying, Rarity was like trying to drag around Tom and could barely do it, but yeah, Twilight had no problem throwing Tom around. And there's, you know, was it Rusty no, it was Christian in the chat saying, anyone says Rarity in a rock, and I will never stop thinking of, here comes Tom!
Who doesn't love that one?
Oh, that's why my OBS is peaking, gosh darn it. Why is my mic so high up? I don't remember doing that. Okay, now that's back to the levels it should be. Sorry about that, guys. I hope I didn't blow out anybody's ears tonight. But yeah, that was Twilight that threw Tom through the frickin' library window.
That was funny.
Burst out the wall with it. Let's see what these comments say. She is exceptional in areas that pertain to her special talent. Seriously, her skills with telekinesis was pretty top tier from what I've seen. And I believe Twilight said once that her gem finding spell was her own creation. Average power, high precision.
I definitely will go with like, yeah, it's more about being precise, detailed, as opposed to like overall power. But there's a power in being like very dexterous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she can fire energy beams herself, so she's not just exceptional in areas that pertain to her talent. She has some skill in using her magic for combat too. Now, I have I've probably mentioned this quietly a couple of times, or just as an aside, but I have this soft headcanon that Rarity has actually practiced martial arts or some kind of combat sport in her life, because she is the only one that throws kicks. Like when they're fighting the changelings, she was boxing the heck out of those changelings. When she was fighting, what was it, Applejack for over Tom, she threw a textbook tornado kick.
I fucking love that for her.
And when she was the first one to kick the Manticore, she was about ready to throw down with Stephen Bagnet. And what else did she do? Oh yeah, when she went after Sweetie Belle, she freaking front kicked the door off the hinges to get to Sweetie Belle over the Gabby Gums article.
I will say it goes back to that quote in Aristocrats: "Ladies do not start fights, but they can finish them."
She was about ready to throw hands with Garble. She had the boxer
Garble started
stance.
it.
He did, but that's not the point. She had the boxer stance and everything. So there are like multiple instances throughout the show that would, that to a nerd like, a karate nerd like me would be like, holy frick, Rarity does karate, doesn't she? What else we got? Certainly a powerful unicorn. Yeah, most people are in agreement here, so let's move on. Which villain would you choose to spend a night on the town with? Starlight Glimmer, pre-reform. Discord, pre-reform. Nightmare, Daybreaker. Well, Daybreaker technically doesn't exist, but Nightmare Moon.
They made a comic that made her canon. It was like alternate universe crap.
Grogar, the real one. Chrysalis, Tyrek, or Cozy Glow. I'm going to say, this is interesting here.
Wait, read the rest, honey.
Oh, okay. They won't hurt you immediately, but if they think you're lame, they'll ditch you or try to manipulate you. Take your pick. Who would you get along with the best? I'd personally be cool with flying kites with Starlight. Is Starlight pre-reform into kites? I don't know if she is.
It's hard to say. She just came out of nowhere with the kite thing.
Yeah, she might be persistent about removing my cutie mark, though. Another good choice for me would be Tyrek. He seems like a cool guy to hang with, and he's got
go to
some
the gym.
Stories to tell from being alive for so long. I feel like if I feel like doing some arson, probably Daybreaker. Okay, so Starlight Glimmer. That could be some interesting philosophical conversation. Discord, like if you can at least try to match his energy,
match his freak.
I'm sure he'll work with you to some degree.
Yeah.
Daybreaker and Nightmare Moon are just homicidal. So is Grogar.
Well, we don't know the real Grogar.
I'll bet you he's homicidal. Chrysalis is going to suck you dry and not in.
If you're maybe.
Yeah, I realized what I said as soon as I said it. I didn't. Basically, Chrysalis is going to kill you. Tyrek will probably either take you to the gym or kill you. Cozy Glow is going to try to make friends with you. So
at least that'd be somewhat normal, but I don't want to hang out with a literal child.
Right, especially a sociopathic one. So, overall, like the least physically dangerous. Starlight, Discord, or Cozy Glow. Discord's going to get exhausting, so that narrows it down to Starlight or Cozy Glow. I'm going to say Starlight because I like talking with adults.
Yeah, I'm going to say Discord pre-reform. Like, I'm not going to say he was never evil or anything. He was definitely malicious. But, like you said, if you match his freak and are just like, yeah, I'm down with, like, Chocolate Rain Skies or whatever, he'd probably be like, yeah.
Seth Moss says, I'm surprised they didn't put King Sombra on the list. King Sombra would just kill you.
Yeah, he's not fun.
Like Daybreaker and Nightmare Moon, you know, are they're homicidal, but they probably won't kill for no reason. Sombra would kill for no reason.
Just because, and like,
yeah, not just for no reason. He'd psychologically torture you the whole time.
Yeah, no one wants to think about that.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Nathan says, Brawny, the one who does kung fu is me. Good for you. Let's see here. DJ, what do you think? Who are you gonna hang out with?
Honestly, probably T-Rex.
You want to go to the gym?
Yeah, you're gonna hit the gym.
Well, considering how he's usually portrayed, he'd probably be in his weakest form. He doesn't say which version of him, so it could be the one that absolutely has no muscles and just likes to talk.
So either way, he's gonna drag you to the gym, and he's gonna be a terrible spotter. He's gonna be in his buff form, and he's gonna be like, listen, either the bar goes up or your soul goes up, or he's not gonna be able to spot you because he can't lift the bar himself.
Nah, it'd probably be more of an intellectual conversation since he's much more of a manipulator in his base form.
He certainly has a capacity for manipulation, but he can't really manipulate anybody that's as smart or smarter than him. And to be totally honest, I think you're smarter than Tarek.
We've never really seen him try, though.
He's kind of a meathead when we see him on his own.
If he gets too much power, yeah.
Yeah, when he gets to a certain level of like magic and muscle, he just relies on that. But he definitely tries to go for the manipulation route while he's drained. Which is, you know, one of the smarter things to do. And it's not like he's dumb either. But yeah, I don't think he would be a great conversationalist because he wouldn't have any. I don't see him having any interest in a normal person.
I don't know. I think it'd be more interesting than the other ones. I mean, Starlight's just going to try to brainwash you since it's pre-reform.
You might be right.
I mean, she's literally going to use magic for whatever.
Yeah,
so
she's going to do that fake nice thing. Yeah, she's going to do that fake nice thing that she did when we first met her. And I hate that shit because I can see right through it, but there's nothing I can do about it because usually they're not doing anything wrong yet.
Discord's going to torture you to some extent.
Yeah.
Out of the other ones, the only other option would maybe be Cozy Glow, but because that's just babysitting.
Am I getting paid to do it?
I mean, maybe. You could ask the government.
Getting paid in the power of friendship.
Ew.
I wouldn't trust Heather and Cozy Glow together. If Cozy Glow gets Heather on her side, then that would be just freaking like Equestria would just be boned. You know something? You know what I think? I think I could reform Starlight. If we're hanging out over the overnight and we get to talking about philosophy, and I'm just going to be like, right, now tell me how that feels. Tell me about your childhood. I'm going to give her that therapy session she never had that she really desperately needed, even though she never knew it.
I have a feeling she's just going to cast that brainwashing spell first.
She didn't have a brainwashing spell.
She did later.
Oh, wait, yeah. Well, she didn't have it yet. Well, as far as we know, she didn't have it yet.
Yeah, but as long as it never gets to that. As long as it, trust me, bro, I can fix her. I can fix her, bro.
Oh, Lord.
Let's see here. Did we say who Heather's going to hang out with?
I was saying Discord because I think I could match the freak, Chocolate Rain, Cotton Candy, Clouds. I think it's going to be fine.
Yeah. Let's see what the chat here says. I think Rusty says, I think Starlight got into kites after her reform, maybe as a way to find a hobby. I think there was like one frame during season 8 where Starlight's father is like, oh yeah, I kept your room just the way you left it. And she gets that look on her face, and then we flash over to her room, and it's all like goth and death metal, and there's a bass guitar with a skull with a skull for the body, but then there's a kite. So maybe she like had like a quiet interest in kites before she went crazy, but never like really did anything with it until afterwards. Let's see here. Rusty says, I'd play chess with Cozy Glow. Oh, that sounds so frustrating.
Especially since she has a chess piece for a cutie mark.
I guarantee you she is really gosh darn good at chess. And let me tell you something. When I was working in childcare, and I would teach these kids how to play chess, and a few of them got really interested in it. And then they would like go to their school's library and they would check out a book on chess strategies and study it. And they would come back and they'd suddenly be very difficult to beat. Like I would actually have to put in effort. And so I even lost a couple of times myself. And so something about reading books about chess as a kid just makes them very good at chess. One of my nephews did the exact same thing, just read a book on chess, and now he actually can't beat him. My nephew is just straight up better than me at chess, and I'll fully admit that. So let's see. Yeah, so you play chess with Cozy Glow, you're just gonna lose all night. And then she's gonna find you lame, and then she's gonna manipulate you or kill you like this guy said would happen. Let's see here. Cosmin Spirit says, I may not mind to hang out with Discord because he's, in a way, about fun. He may be like Q, but he reminds me of Puck, and Discord may be a member of the third race. Oberon's Shield. I have no idea what Cosmina is talking about right there.
Yeah.
Nightmare Moon. Take her to a club and let her dance the night away at a party.
I don't know. I wonder if she likes dancing. We have no canonical facts on her interests other than the night.
She wants to rule Equestria. We didn't really get much beyond that.
I don't think you're going to be able to do much with Nightmare Moon.
Christian he really just said, I can fix her. I can fix her, bro. Trust me, I can fix it. Filmer Brony says, good evening, Brawny, Heather, DJ. How are you guys this evening?
What's up?
Let's see. Discord because free candy.
Those candy are going to eat you, bro. Remember, this is Discord.
Yeah. As long as I don't question Starlight's motives, I'll be fine. Don't worry, she'll question yours. Starlight and Discord are the safe choices, but in the end, I decided to choose the one who's least likely to mind control me. Starlight wins. You said least likely and then said Starlight. Like
I thought it was as a joke.
Mind control was Starlight's plan B, or maybe it was the least likely between the two options of Starlight and Discord. I'm probably like reading that wrong. So yeah. Okay, so between Starlight and Discord, I would say that Starlight is least likely to mind control. Because Discord's going to try to get you to do something, and if you don't do it, then he's going to mind control you. Starlight's going to convince you, or try to convince you until you inconvenience her or threaten whatever she's trying to do, and then she's going to mind control you. Let's see here. Chrysalis, of course, but I would love to have a chance. Okay, so you said... frick. You said Chrysalis, of course, and then did nothing to justify that. I feel like this required justification because I'm pretty sure Chrysalis is going to kill you the quickest out of all of these. But I would love to have a chance with Cozy Glow, Daybreaker, and Nightmare Moon as well. But My queen gets priority. Oh, and his name is Heart of the Hive, so this guy thinks he's a changeling. Honestly want to know more about all of them and details about their life and history. And thankfully, they are all egotistical, so it shouldn't be too hard to get them to talk about themselves. They would gladly do so in song form. Please change your display image, sir. I don't like that. Like, are you guys seeing this?
I'm seeing it. Love it.
That's gumball for you.
Yeah, that's why I don't watch that gosh darn show. So far, most people seem to be saying Starlight.
No, God, why? Why do you guys want to be around that bitch?
I'm deeply upset that you did not include the great and powerful pre-reformed Trixie.
Let's be honest. Trixie pre and post reform is not different.
It's
Yeah.
not very much.
Yeah, it's not different. And it's
She didn't even need to be reformed at all until the whole thing with the Alicorn amulet. She didn't do anything wrong in the first time.
Yeah, except like be a bit of a show off and kind of a dick.
Which is kind
No
of the
crime
job of a traveling magician.
Yeah.
Well, I guess for maybe
you know
being a
who's
dick.
not on the list, but I would hang out with the Flim Flam brothers. I'm like, I need you guys to teach me how to make money.
Mm.
They're gonna
Do they
sell you
even
a
know?
book.
They're probably gonna try something like that, or they're probably going to like try to rope me into some multi-level marketing scheme. But the thing is that I'm too smart for that. So I'm gonna talk with them, and I'm just gonna get all their tricks. And whenever they try to sell me on something, I'm just not gonna do it. I have this
Feels
amazing.
like someone's trying to sell me something.
I have this amazing superpower called high functioning autism, and it can make me less susceptible to peer pressure if I wanted to. So it's like you're not gonna sell me on something, and I am very attuned into those stupid little details on whatever like contract you try to get me to sign. So yeah, I feel like I am immune to the Flim Flam brothers. But regardless of that, I bet you I could still learn from them too. Let's move on. Which is the best and which is the worst Twilight Sparkle centered episode? So Heather, what do you think right off the bat?
The best and the worst. I'm really distracted by the Twilight Sparkle as an egghead picture to the right. Like, what is that? I thought it was a potato at first.
It's an egg.
Oh, God. They use the human face, too. Why did you put a horn on it if you were going to use the human face? What?
I don't know.
Best and worst Twilight Sparkle episode. I didn't like the one where she wasn't, like, she spent one weekend like just reorganizing her library. She comes out and suddenly everyone's besties with like Discord. She had an overreaction to that, but also like how are her friends that dumb to think like, hey, maybe like doing this shit in front of her is like making her feel bad. I didn't like that episode.
Yeah, that was certainly something, but I know which one you didn't like worse. It was the game show episode.
Oh yeah, I think I disliked that one so much I scrubbed it from my memory. I keep forgetting what the fuck happened. I can't think of a particular episode, but I could think of particular Twilight Sparkle moments I've enjoyed. Like, you know, at the best gift ever when she discovers, oh yes, I must make pudding.
Yeah.
That's good shit. This face is great.
Twilight
I did
was
like this one.
Prime meme face material on a good number of occasions. Like there's another meme face right over here on the right. You know, that's a meme face. That's a meme face. Does Twilight Sparkle have an anxiety? Well, first of all, I'm having anxiety by your caps lock here. Does Twilight Sparkle have an anxiety disorder? All right, back on topic. Yeah. So what do you think is the best of the Twilight Sparkle centered episodes?
I guess Lesson 0 is the only one that comes to mind because of the picture. I did remember enjoying it. We got a lot of good stuff out of that episode. And a good lesson about like taking other people's concerns seriously, because even though it doesn't seem like the biggest thing in the world to you, it's everything to them, and now they're freaking out, and you're not there.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe it is a big deal.
Or Twilight Time was pretty good too. Or It's All About Time is good.
It's All About Time. Yeah, that was an interesting one. That was I'd like to do a video on that if I can ever get back to actually making videos. Because that's an interesting one, because that's like, don't worry, but like,
too much. Worry the
don't
right
worry
amount.
too much, but did the worry not cause us to do all kinds of overdue preventative maintenance on the town? DJ, what do you think is the best Twilight Sparkle centered episode?
Okay. Well, first off, I'm going to say the worst one is A Trivial Pursuit. I really don't like that episode.
So we're all in agreement on that one.
Yeah.
I will say the best one for me is actually in the same season.
Yeah?
My favorite Twilight episode is The Point of No Return.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
It just kind of goes through her basically wrestling with who she used to be. A lot of the earlier Twilight and the familiar Twilight that we remember from the early seasons, how bookish she was, and we get to see how she's changed a lot, as well as meeting up with Moondancer and finding the Lowell Librarian, who helps her even realize essentially that, well, the moral of the story, as Brawny likes to use, was perfection is impossible to pursue. So, and I just thought it was a really good episode showing the best of Twilight, as well as understanding her quirks without going overboard like Lesson Zero.
I can get behind that. I can definitely get behind it. That was a really good episode. For me, yeah, we all agree Trivial Pursuit was the worst. But I do think Lesson Zero is the best, just because I like to laugh, and that episode made me lose like 5 pounds from laughing so hard the first time I saw it.
I mean, it's good on an entertainment-wise, but as a Twilight episode, it's kind of bad.
How so?
It shows her at her absolute worst, and her friends basically not caring for the majority of the episode other than Spike. If anything, it's a Spike episode.
Good
Spike did come in clutch in that episode. That is for sure. Shatira thinks it's the worst one is Too Many Pinkie Pies.
That's not a Twilight episode.
Yeah,
and I love Too Many Pinkie
episode.
Pies. I love that one. That one was funny. I loved it.
Oh my god, Too Many Pinkie Pies aired like during my first like serious bout with depression. And like here's how that day went. I woke up at like 10 o'clock in the morning. And then I was like, okay, the new Pony is out. I'm going to go watch the new Pony. It was Too Many Pinkie Pies. I watched the new Pony. I said, I need a nap after that episode of Pony. And I went back to sleep. And I woke up the next day. That was how badly that episode drained me at the time that it aired. Like, I just did not have the energy for Too Many Pinkie Pies. It's like you need to load up on 3 doses of the charged lemonade in order to be able to keep up with that episode. Let's see what the comments say. Everybody agrees Trivial Pursuit. What about Discord are the worst ones? Yeah, and the best ones are Mending Fences and Twilight's Kingdom. What about... I don't think Discord was, like, the worst. But, because that's certainly an aspect of Twilight's character that we can really... That Twilight would have is she would get jealous. And she's always very skeptical of Discord, and rightly so. He's usually trying to play a trick on her or get under her skin. So when she comes out and comes out from her sabbatical and everybody's just chilling with Discord, yeah, she's going to get jealous of that and she's going to be skeptical of it. So how do we get her over that hump to have some character development? So I don't think it's that bad as an episode. It just shows Twilight having a flaw and then working on that flaw, which is kind of what almost every episode is about. Let's see here. My favorite one is the 2-part episodes in season 4 due to high stakes action and character development. My least favorite is Lesson 0, as I found Twilight's overreaction to be annoying. This dude's never, had to live with somebody with an anxiety disorder. Let's see here. Twilight's Kingdom and Cutie Remark were my favorite. Shadowplay was by far her worst showing. I don't necessarily agree, but I can get behind that.
I understand where they're coming from, but I think that was a good part to her character of getting over her hero worship.
Yeah.
Especially seeing how much she had of her student to rely on that one. Great Starlight episode.
This guy says, Once Upon a Zeppelin. Now, they victimized Twilight pretty hard in that episode, and she did her best. She did better than probably most of us would do, and then she got overwhelmed and snapped. I understand that doesn't make her bad for that reaction or in that episode. All right, let's move on. Have you played the MLP CCG?
Let's talk about this.
I want to. In fact, for like several months now on my laptop, I have had the game tabbed, and like I got to figure out how to build a deck so that I can play online with people. I've been trying to get to this for months. It's frustrating. I played it with the Central Florida Bronies when it first came out, and I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was a good game, and apparently there were some critiques on how it was designed and some of the mechanics and things like that, and then I had to move around a bit, and it took me a few years to get back to Florida. And when I got back to Florida, nobody was playing the game anymore. And I was very sad about that. And then it wasn't shortly thereafter that that the game, ceased production. And I'm mad about that too. Yes, there is an MLP CCG. They used to have tournaments for it at the Brony conventions too.
CCG stands for Collectible Card Game, Cosmina.
Yeah, and I have a lot of cards sitting around the house. I've even got some like booster packs that aren't even opened. I would love to build a deck, but I
can actually lean in on this because I played the game for a number of years. I didn't do many tournaments, but I did a couple. The whole thing with the MLP card game now is it's technically discontinued.
Mm-hmm.
It's now become a fan game. There is a Discord channel and Twitch that continues to stream tournaments and stuff. I think that's all like mostly done by them now, and they're the ones who are producing new cards.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they'll basically design new cards, and then make it available to where you can like get the designs printed out for yourself and have them shipped and do like holographs or whatever at your expense. But the downside of that though is that since it is fans creating it, a lot of it leans on their own personal archetypes and whatnot. So that kind of what drove me out of the game.
Yeah. And the thing
like
about
I was
CCGs...
at the time I was playing yellow a lot, the Fluttershy color, and they hate yellow in that fan server. They hated yellow. It did not get any support and just got completely wrecked.
Well, yellow, I remember being they were saying yellow was overpowered back in the day when it first came out. Yeah.
But they kind of left it out to dry. Vulpecula, why was it discontinued? Enterplay, the company making it, I believe they went under. I don't think you can find them anymore. And Hasbro just didn't go ahead and make anything new. Until recently, when you got the new card game. It's not really a deck game like this one. It's
a
more like
builder.
an adventure kind of deck building game.
Yeah, it's a deck builder, which is a completely different type of game.
Yeah, it's kind of fun though. Though
Yes.
it is not. It is unfortunately not well designed.
Derek says, "Is there green in this CCG?" So there's not green as a color, but if you're comparing it to how green stereotypically plays in like Magic the Gathering, let's see here. You're probably yellow.
I'm not if it's referring to like green as the Magic thing. I can't really say. There is a green coloring, but the green cards are actually the colorless cards.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones without a type.
So in Magic the Gathering, green is typically known for powering up, for getting really big creatures, or getting a lot of them. And the green also has a lot of enchantments that will basically green has a lot of enchantments that trigger, and so think like nature themed type gameplay. Am I making any sense? It's kind of hard, especially because like every color in Magic the Gathering can do a little bit of everything.
Kinda.
Yeah, so a lot of summoning, a lot of special summons, a lot of powering up enchantments, and a lot of very strong creatures in Magic there. So I think yellow, because yellow used to be the one where you had really strong effects on your cards, probably for a higher cost, but there were ways around that if you knew what you were doing. And
actually, yellow was a lot of low cost. A lot of them were a lot of yellow was actually building.
That's right. I'm remembering now, because they were like small creatures, like a bear or a rabbit or something like that, and you could just get a bunch of friends on a problem.
And the best leader for it by the end when I stopped was the Thorax main, where his power increased the more low power creatures you had on the board.
Yeah.
So for every creature you had that was like less than 2 cost, he got boosted. So you could just fill your board with all these critters and throw Thorax out there and he demolished everything.
Yeah, so if we run down the colors of the MLP game, there were 6 colors, right? There was white.
Yeah, each main 6 had their own color.
Yeah, so white, blue, pink, yellow, orange,
and
purple. Yeah. So purple and pink were a lot of control and effects. Yellow was special summons. Blue is rushdown, isn't it?
Yeah, blue is aggro.
Aggro. That's another way to put it. Orange was
you had a lot of strong creatures, but it took a while to get them out.
Yeah, so high cost, high reward type deal. Then I forget what white does. I don't think I ever played anything white.
White was kind of similar. By the end when I stopped playing, it became heavily a token-based deck.
Oh, okay.
So your whole thing was spamming tokens instead of getting out tons of creatures.
So it sounds like what we need to do is find a way to implant somebody that's like actually good at balanced game design into that server and have them take over. Because with CCGs, you definitely need to keep expanding the game, and the balancing is always one of the hardest parts of that, because you get this power creep, and the power creep will just ruin the game for casual players. But you need to keep playing. You need to keep making new cards, because otherwise a meta dominates over time, and the game becomes solved. I believe that's one way that Pony Cordero worded it way back in like a few years ago on this show when we were talking about something else game related. It's just, yeah, if there's not continuous content, the game gets solved. And you don't want that, because then just people stop playing the game, because it's like, oh, this guy's got the deck. So it's just going to be it's just going to be mirror matches, which aren't any fun. Leo Star saying Yu-Gi-Oh is the best example of power creep. DJ, you play Yu-Gi-Oh, don't you?
He's not wrong.
Remember
Oh
that video
boy.
remember
You
that
want to
video
talk
I
about
showed
power
you the
creep.
guy? Yeah, remember that video I showed you? The guy won the game before it even actually started. He just had so many opening hand trigger effects that it just caused him to win.
Hand traps are the worst. I hate them, but you can't play without them.
Yeah.
Everything in Yu-Gi-Oh has become omni-negates.
Oh, jeez.
So you got to be able to omni-negate your opponent's omni-negate. And if you're
Yeah,
not careful, one turn, and you gotta have board breakers. You gotta have special effects where you can't be targeted.
We have a friend
sucks,
over
but
here.
I love it. I hate it, and I love it.
We have a friend over here who works at a game store, and he says, yeah, that's why Yu-Gi-Oh is trash, and no well-designed game should turn 0 wins be possible. The power creep got real bad for me in Magic the Gathering too, like because I'm a casual player. But when I started playing Magic the Gathering, it was very simple. Generally it was 1 mana cost for every point into power or defense that this creature had, and then an additional 1 for however many abilities it had. And there were some exceptions here and there, but it was mostly balanced. That was 2014 when I first started playing. And then I come back into it in like 2020 or something like that. And everything costs like 3 to break the board. So the game isn't about, how to build your deck anymore and how to balance it. It's about who goes first. And that is frustrating. Let's move on. Let's see here. Why does everything have a failed card game?
I'd say it was failed. I mean, it had about 10 full sets before the company went under.
Yeah. I remember Enterplay came to an event to demo the card game when it first came out, and the Bronies the Central Florida Bronies had a whole event for it. It was a lot of fun. I went there and I bought a booster pack that I still have, and I had a lot of fun. And they're like, hey, the Enterplay people are like, hey, so tell us your suggestions. And I said, okay, here's what you do. You split Derpy into 5 parts. 2 of those parts are her eyes pointing in different directions. Those are the forbidden one. You reveal Derpy out of your hand, you win the game.
I wish they put that in.
Everybody thought it was funny. I got a laugh out of the group on that one. Let's see here. All right, well, it's been an hour. Should we keep going, or do you guys want to keep going, or do we want to pack it up here?
I think we need to get ready for the gaming stream you want to have.
Yeah. So I'm going to go live in about a half hour with that. Heather and I this month, and we're going to be doing a lot of makeup streams this month because I've had to miss a few already. But we're going to be playing Hatful Boyfriend this month. Heather, do you want to tell us about that?
Do you like birds?
I don't like birds all that much. I think some of them are cute and they can be funny, but I'm not sure I like birds all that much. Why do you ask?
Well, so this game is like, you remember that one bird meme about like, let me smash, you want some fuck? Well, you're, instead of the bird saying that, you're saying that to the birds.
I don't like this.
Yeah, you're gonna go up to him and be like, "You want some fuck?"
Oh Lord, you're gonna make Brawny seduce birds.
We are
It's
playing
great
a. So, are you telling me we are playing a bird dating simulator?
Apparently.
Oh dear.
Apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah.
You know, oddly enough, I don't think there's a parrot. Sorry.
Ah.
It's mostly
How is it-
pigeons and doves.
Pigeons? Pigeons and doves, the dumbest of the whole bird family?
Yeah.
Pigeons. Howard, no.
All right. Well, tune back in at 8:30. And this game's going to frickin' break me. This game's going to cause me physical pain. I might literally die on stream, which would be hilarious. That'd be a great way to
content.
This game isn't gonna do that. That when we play Dream Daddy next year, it'll do that.
Oh Lord.
Oh no, we are not. We are never playing Dream Daddy. There is not enough money in the world to get me to play Dream Daddy.
Subscribe to the Patreon to get Brawny to play Dream Daddy.
I will strangle you.
Dream Daddy.
You'll get your
You are
chance in a month.
talking an awful lot of trash for someone who's going to be in the same room as me next month.
Yes, I am.
Oh man, you guys. I don't know why you have this hobby of just trying to hurt me. I don't know what I did to you guys. I've only ever tried to spread laughter and good advice. And my repayment is y'all are constantly trying to hurt me.
Hurting you is what is most amusing.
Paladin says, Brawny, only dumb birds would want you. No. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
now
Heather is.
they're really gonna
Yeah,
make you want to play it.
Heather is kind of retarded now that we think about it.
Bitch.
And with that, we're going to end the stream. So I will see you guys at the Hatful Boyfriend stream in about a half hour. I got to go set that stream up. So we're very grateful to everybody on Patreon who supports, especially DJ and Heather and the rest of the $10 and up tier, such as Shady, Autoknight, Emerald, Senko, Rain, Billy, Alden, Kanto, Mr. Sonic, Alicia, StarChaser, VentureCorp, Willyzin, Icanus, Vulpecula, Jimmy, J. Yoshi, Raptors, Talon, Avenicus, and Dark Malcontent. Check out all those links in the description. We'll see you in a half hour. Stay safe. God bless them. We'll see you on the next one. Say goodnight, everybody.